The glory of our pharaoh, Ramses II, pervades the land. So that the legacy of his reign will live forever, it has been decreed that a great monument and temple dedicated to his rule be constructed deep in Nubia. And Pharaoh himself has selected the perfect spot for this creation. From the rose-colored sandstone cliffs overlooking the Nile's west bank at Abu Simbel, you will oversee the sculpting of 4 massive seated figures of His Majesty. Surfaces of the monument, cut from the living rock, will proclaim the heroic deeds of Pharaoh during his great triumph at the Battle of Kadesh. This massive monument, while heralding the heroics of our leader, will also serve as a reminder to the peoples of Nubia of the greatness and power of Egypt. For while Nubia is rich in deposits of gold and other rare gems, its people have always sat uneasily under Egyptian dominion. To this end, you should be ever prepared for defense, and be able to dispatch troops should Pharaoh need them. Sandstone can be exported for construction elsewhere in the kingdom, as can other items that you should be able to produce from the bountiful resources of the region. Precious little wood can be found, however. You will no doubt have to establish a trade route to import this commodity, for it will be needed for the immense sculpture's scaffolding.
G'day mates, welcome back to Pharaoh, the Cleopatra expansion. Now, just a quick heads up, this is my first recording of anything at my new house, so the sound may be a little bit different. I am in a different room with different acoustics. We will work those little issues out as we go along. Now, Abu Simbel, I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. Abu Simbel is actually my favorite of all the Egyptian, like monumenty things, all those big constructions that they've done. And quite an interesting thing. It was actually going to be flooded when a big dam, I forget the name of the dam now, but when they dammed up part of the Nile, it was actually going to be flooded and pushed underwater. So I think it was UNESCO, one of those sort of big worldwide charity things. She cut the entire place up in these big blocks. They cut it very finely, and they moved it to a higher level. Now, it's ever so slightly out of sync. It was originally designed so that, I believe on the longest day of the year, or possibly one of the equinoxes, that the sun would go right down and light up a little alcove sort of in the back there. But it's ever so slightly off. It's about half degree off when they rebuilt it, and that doesn't happen perfectly anymore, which is a little bit sad. But they did manage to save it. Anyway, let's head into the city and see if my favourite monument is also going to be my favourite mission. So we'll slow time right down, and I'm assuming we're going to build it in here. Let's have a quick look how this works. Okay, there we go. We're going to build it right there. Unless there's anywhere else? Nope. Not a chance. Oh shit, this is a really small map. What do we need again? I forgot to check. Actually, I'll do it over here because I don't want them talking while I'm talking. Let's have a quick look. 2,200 people, not that big. Shit's a big monument. And kingdom rating is pretty high with no... Looks like wood is the only thing we require. So the monument will go there. I assume we just carve it out. I'm not sure how it's going to work. We're going to figure that one out anyway. Got some scorpions around here. Kingdom Road's over here, so I really have no choice in the map. I'm going to have to build... There's a lot of space over here, but... gee, that's going to be really tight. So I'm going to need to develop a little bit on both sides, just because I will need to throw in the ferry landings here. Obviously, there's no other way across the water, so I'm going to have to throw in a ferry landing here. Oh, it's actually 4 spaces. It's kind of cool. So throw in the ferry landing, and I can farm this area if that is not sufficient, although more than likely that will be. What can we grow? Figs and barley. So we can make our own beer. Can we get clay as well? This is looking to be fairly easy. Carpenter stonemasons, but can we mine stone? Maybe we don't need stone. Actually, I think I just saw that. Oh, no, sandstone. So maybe we need sandstone to build this thing. I don't know exactly how this is going to work just yet. Those guys are going to be a pain in the ass later on. Decent cash, blah, blah, blah. Let's have a look at the map. Where are we? Abu Simbel down south. Quite far south, actually. Let's have a look. What have we got? Kerma. Linen, we can't grow linen. Figs is not worth my effort. Pottery, we've got clay, so we can do a pottery trader route. Again, it's by water, not very nice. Beer, a little bit of beer could be doable. Actually, they will sell flax, so we could do an import-export linen industry. Was that the capital? Pure mess. Never heard of that before. Sandstone's not really worth it. Oh shit, not for that amount of money. God, no. Although, actually, they sell us wood, so we do need to trade with Mennefer. The other option is, of course, Sumer. And they're very expensive as well. Not a huge amount of money earning potential on this map, but I don't think it's going to be too difficult. Now, most likely we're going to have... Okay, no chariots. We're going to have an issue, and I don't think there's any copper on here. Look, I'm gonna just poke around. I'm gonna figure this stuff out as I go along. 3 gods, of course. We have Ra as our patron. Ra has been the patron of all of these lately. Seems like Ramesses is a Ra fan. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing. We're going to come back once I know how to approach this mission. Alrighty, we're looking like we have the sort of basic starting of how the city is going to look. We get ourselves a little mini area over here. This is going to be a net drain, at least for the time being, on workers, because these areas are not going to hold enough. Up here, though, is where our main block is going to be. This will allow us to get any land trade routes across the water as required. Although I think I'll do some of my land trading over here. There's only a few things. I think Puenet is going to buy beer. But they'll also sell me copper, which would be useful. So I'll be able to have a little recruiting area across the river there. And I think everywhere else is going to be a water trade route. Again, I wish I could sort of see an overview of everything, but I suppose that'll come in the later games. Either way, we've got this area set up now. It's cool. That's a nice little conga line. This area is all going to be set up. We can access and tap the workers here as required. They are not going to come down, although those guys are going to be a pain in the arse. I wonder if, actually, got one of them. I think that should hold them. If not, I just wasted a bit of cash. So we can do our main construction over here. We have enough room for at least 2 docks. Possibly 2 docks there. Throw another one down there if I'm really keen, but I think that's probably overkill. And our early income source is going to be via pottery. So I could probably throw that comfortably somewhere here. Who knows exactly what I'll do, but I'll figure that out as I go along. But pottery is going to be our first import, and I may even jump straight into an import-export for flax and linen. Okay, unemployment is nice and comfortably through the roof, although I suspect that will drop down fairly quickly because none of these are currently working. Oh no, they've got employment. Let's have a quick look. There we go, much down. It was at 40% or just over 40% before. Currently we're looking good. We didn't actually get a harvest for the first year. Wow, that went really quickly. But no doubt a harvest will get that sorted. Either way, the clay pits are beginning to work. Let's just double check that all our workers are staying in the required areas. Industry, commerce, low priority. So we have ourselves import-export all set up. The pottery we're going to be stored in this warehouse here. Easily accessed by the bazaar lady, which will be here. Grab the pottery and eventually probably beer as well. And also grab the food as required. This is a good little setup. Nice and comfortable. Now, these two here are going to be flax and linen holders. I've got the import set up, so they should drop them off as required. Speed up a little bit. And I can probably build the out of money. There we go. That's all that importing. Have gone into rescue funds. So I may as well, with that, let's just double check our workers. No, we're still short workers. So I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to stockpile the flax for the time being. Excellent inundation. Brilliant. So stockpile the flax for a little while in both of these warehouses. And then set up our linen making at a later date. And into debt. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention. I'm a little bit out of practice. It's been quite some time. Either way, let's see if we can get this work camp to... There we go. They've all got access. Now, if I can get these irrigated... Can I get up there? Yes, I can. Brilliant. Just on the edge of the map. That's not needed. So these are all irrigated. We have ourselves some barley farms. I could probably even throw down a sneaky little storage yard. How am I going to do this? Yes, I'm going to throw down a sneaky little storage yard here, and it's going to accept nothing but barley. So the beer can be stored over there in a 50-50 ratio. The barley, though, if we get any made before the harvest, probably unlikely to get much, then we can store that here. Have the breweries maybe going up in a big sort of arc or even coming out here. I'll get that sorted at a later date. I can move the barley around, and then we can export the beer again as required. And that should hopefully keep us in the black. You are over there. If I catch you again, I'm going to put a wall around you. Okay, we are finally back out of debt. Had a little bit of a problem because I forgot to actually set this as an accepting pottery yard, but we are finally out. Didn't even have ourselves a debt anniversary, and we're back in the black, hopefully, till the end of the year, which will mean Pharaoh doesn't get pissed off at us. And that's what I've noticed. I've noticed the kingdom ratings are quite a little bit more difficult in the Cleopatra expansion. The next thing I'm going to work on once, actually I'm going to get beer up and running. I was going to say the next thing is going to be military, because I don't know when that's going to strike. And I suspect the fact that we have a couple of things here, and the last couple of missions have been quite heavy military ones. I would like to get that started shortly. So what am I going to do? Am I going to do beer? I think beer is worth the more cash, and I need to get the money flowing before I can actually move on to a military, because I will need to import the copper. There we go, beautiful. Over the 1,000 mark makes me just a little bit more comfortable. Alrighty, request for 700 figs. This is beautiful timing. I think it's probably designed that way because we have a shit ton in store right now. So I can send them off as soon as the harvest has just come in, which is right now. So that's all that done. How's our unemployment going? We are going beautifully. We've got 4% unemployed. It's only 25 people, which is not bad. And we got this now. We are June. Yeah, we're struggling a little bit with money. I've been spending quite a bit there. But we have ourselves our beer brewery all nicely set up. You can see I have swapped these two yards. Because that one was empty, I just decided to make that the barley, whatever. Yeah, barley. I made it into a getting warehouse and swapped those around nice and comfortably. So, linen seems to be going well. Everything seems to be ticking over, apart from the fact that these are living in an ugly neighborhood. There we go. Looks beautiful. Now what I can do is get... What am I getting? I'm going to need to get that military quick smart. We've got no money though, so yeah, ducking in out of debt. As we sell off the beer, actually, who buys beer? Beer. You buy beer and you buy linen. That's even better. That's brilliant. So we're going to export just beer. If there's beer available, take it. Now they're via a land trade route. Now I have had issues in the past with the people not traveling across, so hopefully they will. And I'm going to see if I can find anyone else who will buy beer. You buy linen. Maybe I should get more linen going. Who knows? You'll also buy beer, but you're a lot more expensive. So I'm going to hold off just a little bit. I'm going to see how this land trade route goes first before I begin any more, trade route opens. Okay, new trade route to Cargo Oasis because of those figs. One other thing to note is that Wust is not selling quite as much as they used to anymore, so it seems that Wust is in decline quite significantly. Cargo Oasis, however, will buy beer and pottery. Now we can make meat as well. I didn't mention that in the opening part, but we can get meat by importing straw, I think, from Wust. Now 150, I'm going to pay that. They only really need to buy 1 or 2 units of anything, and that'll pay for the route. So I'm going to figure this out as we go along. Not going to bother with the unit coming down. So things are holding up pretty well. I still need to get enough money. I don't think it's going to be this year. It will be next year that we end up starting our military. Now that's a little bit unfortunate because we have left this for a long time. So I'm going to get a recruiter slapped down here now just to get them staffed. And actually, yeah, we've got enough cash. I'm going to throw down a storage yard. I forgot to check. How do copper comes in via land trade route? So I'm going to throw a storage yard here. You're going to accept copper and weapons, and we'll get a couple of weapons under construction. I don't need much though. I really do not need a lot. Weapons, I go up to quarter at the moment. So we'll import some copper, and 200 should be sufficient, and get 1 weaponsmith just ticking over. They want to give me linen. I'll accept it, but I'm suspicious that they're going to want something after this. So we'll see what happens anyway. There we go. I really probably should not have done that because 1100 linen is not going to pay for 800 luxury goods. So I require 800 luxury goods. That's me being a little bit careless. So let's make you a luxury good acceptor. And we're going to import Far out. That's annoying. That's really, really annoying. Okay. How do we import gems? Gems are obviously coming from someone who's already open. They'll buy luxury goods, but not worth my effort. You'll sell me gems via land trade route. So what we'll actually do is cancel you. And we're going to make you a gem acceptor and a luxury good acceptor. So let's start importing some gems via land trade route. Let's go 400 for the time being. And I'm going to have to throw down a couple of jewelers. Really should have seen that coming. A little bit careless on my part. Okay, ducked into debt just a little bit, but that's because I've thrown down my personal mansion and the village palace over here. That's going to allow me to start taxing my people, or at least the people over here. I did knock down a couple of houses, but it's all for progress. Got to have that beautiful mansion set up. So, you are a pain in the ass. I'm going to throw down a police station in the hopes that, you know what, I might even have better luck. Looks like they've killed him. Brilliant. Requesting luxury goods. We are working on it, I think. Yeah, we're gradually working on it. So, we'll have those luxury goods in time, I suspect. Next will be probably a courthouse over here, just as long as we keep on taxing our people and keep everything moving beautifully. Although cash is a little bit low, so I'm going to save up and avoid ducking into debt too soon. Jeez, it's coming again. I really want to build a one of these here, Festival Square, and sort of make it all nice and beautiful, but that's going to come at a later date. While I'm here, I probably should start on Abu Simbel. It doesn't actually cost anything to lay it down, so I should probably do require a Carpenter's Guild debt? Really? That cost money to build, did it? You are a pain in the ass. It's an annoying sound. I don't know if you guys can hear it quite as loudly as I can, but I'm going to see if I can actually kill them all off. And if not, then who knows. Kill him. Come on, kill him. Beautiful. Okay, that's both of them dead. And maybe they're going to respawn. Maybe not. And there we go. Compliance now possible with 1 month. That was pretty tight, all things considered. So I'm going to need to just... I'm going to keep importing... Fire in the city. Where? Well, that's annoying. What I'm going to do now is just roadblock there and actually make the dude go up and please put that fire out. Oh, man, I lost 3 of them. There is a whole bunch of barley that goes with that, but no problem. We can get that all sorted. Now, I was saying, yeah, we have got enough cash. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep on building up my military as well as cash permits. But right now, we're going to start importing the timber. So where does timber come from? Probably Mennefer. Now, they'll buy more. No, they won't. Who buys something from me as well? You'll buy linen, although that's not really... No, I don't want you to, because you're going to sell me gems, and I don't want them on that side of the river. So you will sell us timber. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to now spend a hell of a lot of cash. I'm going to grab myself a little bit of timber. Let's go 800. That's quite a bit, but that'll mean we're never ever going to run out. And I can throw down a couple of Carpenter's Guilds. I suspect I'll need them. Just say, the raise. Yeah, of course. That happened before as well. It's twice now they've had raises, so throw that in while I remember. So I reckon 2 Carpenter's Guilds should be sufficient. Might throw another one up here. And throw down some stonemasons as well. And I don't know if I'm going to need sandstone or not. I guess we'll figure that one out. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to start getting some sandstone. Where do I get sandstone from? Just over here. I might... yeah, I think I'm going to get myself a little bit of sandstone just now, just in case I do need it up here for the monument. Alrighty, we have ourselves an interesting little thing here. River of Blood. Never seen this before. I'm not sure if I've pissed the gods off. I probably have. But woe unto us. The waters, once the source of life and nourishment, are poisoned with blood. How long will it be until this vulgar blight is lifted? And we're dead at the same time. What? Doesn't look very bloody. Let's have a quick look if the gods... No, gods are pretty happy. Gods are happy. Oh, come on. That's a little bit depressing. I really would have liked the river to at least have gone red. Let's have a look at... Oh, yes! Oh, that's so cool. Oh, it's even gone in here. That's creepy. Let's have a look at disease. Oh, it seems to be bumping up disease there. What about malaria risk? I know there's a button for this, I just don't. Yeah, it seems to be bumping it up, maybe for these houses near the water, but all things considered, it's not that bad. Why are you? You're not very happy because of the dock. So I'll get rid of you. I'll throw in a medium statue just to make everybody nice and happy. Got a big crocodile because we're talking about the river at the moment. Maybe the crocodile will protect my people. Actually, while we're here... bloody dead. While we're here, I've got the Simbel is now 7% complete, so the carpenters are coming along, and maybe 2 of them is not enough. I'm not sure. They're producing pretty quickly. I think 2 will do for now. You guys are stonemasons, yep. So we are building up the scaffolding, and yeah, I suppose they'll just chip it away and build up the nice big monument. Alrighty, what have we got here? Many achievements, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm building something for you, Pharaoh. Bugger off. Pyramesses within 12 months? Come on. Oh, at least I've started stockpiling it. That is... maybe... Do I need it for the monument? I think I will need it for the monument. Because... either way, we can send that off. No, I can't. I need 34 blocks. Which is a pain in the ass because... these things will only hold... 32 each. So accept that as well. And that should give us... enough sandstone. It is lucky that I began stockpiling that early, but we're going to need more workers. Why you... What? Oh, okay. That's interesting. So apparently... So the River of Blood, when that's running, the water carrier doesn't actually carry clean water to anyone. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Unfortunately, these potters are sort of stuffing me up a little bit. I can't seem to evolve my people perfectly. Maybe I'll throw down... Let's throw a large statue. You can actually hear it. I don't know if you can hear some of the insects around this house, but my god, the sounds in this area are just bloody weird. I'm living right out in the middle of nowhere. Let's throw that one there, and we will throw... Let's just throw some gardens around. I do like gardens. There we go. That should beautify this area up nicely. Figs we can't send off, but we'll get them shortly. I need papyrus to go any further, so I'm not going to bother with that. But we're looking very good here. Very, very nice. Okay, gift from a neighbour. You've sent 700 jars of figs as I requested and want to give me a gift. That's pathetic. But at least they are paying for the figs. That's brilliant. Thank you. Now, I don't think I'm actually going to get these raw materials in time. They're taking a long time to get this done. So, what can I do? I may not get... whatever. Look, if I get... Hopefully I can get there in time. I only need 1 more. We've got 5 months. We will make it, but only barely. It's very, very tight. These bloody things up here are giving me the shit. I sort of keep forgetting to wall them in as required. But what I'm going to do is, because we need a little bit of... no, we don't. I thought we had an unemployment problem. We do not. I was going to build another little city block down here on camera, but I think we'll leave that off for the time being. In the meantime, let's just watch them continue chipping away at the Abu Simbel. Okay, Nubian Empire approaching will reach your city in 9 months. Accept the meat, brilliant. So we've got ourselves a fairly solid force. I'm going to throw down another thing of infantry and another thing of archers just here, just to have myself fully prepared. Where are they going to come from? I suspect they're going to come here from the west. They could come up from the north though, and I can't build any walls or anything, so this is going to be a bit of a test. Hopefully the Nubians though, they're generally pretty weak. Okay, foreign army is invading. Let's jump over, and they're coming up from there. So I think I can get myself in position quickly enough. Then we should be able to take them down. Okay, let's just double check that. So, during that battle, I may or may not decide to stop time. I like to keep my battles travelling nicely in post-production, but hopefully let's have a quick look at Het. Het has shut down now. I got no idea what they were trading with me. Probably pottery or something similar. But Het is gone, so looks like Kerma will probably go off next. I'm going to open up with them anyway. It's not really worth the money. They're likely to shut down anyway soon, but they can buy just a little bit more linen in case we have any stockpiling, which we probably don't have that much stockpiling, to be honest. No doubt that'll get bought up shortly. Yeah, not sure exactly what's going to happen yet, but I suspect that Nubians are going to start pouring in just to encourage me to finish off this beautiful, magnificent building. And there we go, Abu Simbel is finished. Oh, beautiful. Spec-bloody-tacular. Eternal Monument, blah blah, glory, mighty of Egypt. Well, that is Abu Simbel done. Figures of Ramesses II, welcome all who approach Egypt from the south. Spectacular. And so as you go in there, the sun is facing to the east. I'm assuming that's east. Yeah, it probably is. So it comes in, and on, I think, the equinox, the sun goes right down there, and there's like a little altar at the back, and it focuses on the altar, but it only happens on that one day. The rest of the time it sort of goes off to the side on the walls. So quite spectacular, really. And as I said, this area was eventually dammed, probably further downriver. It was eventually dammed in the modern era, like the 1950s or 60s or something. And Abu Simbel was cut up in little pieces and moved up much, much further, a couple of 100 meters up the mountain, and rebuilt, and unfortunately ever so slightly off, so the light coming in is not quite as perfect as it used to be. Okay, a bit of a request here. It looks like we need to send the troops off. So Pharaoh Ramesses is obviously pissed off that Het has stopped trading with us, so they are heading off to a battle. Now I need to be careful here. It's only going to be a small force. I'm still stockpiling that. I may not get that in time. It's a little bit unfortunate. Let me think about this. I'm going to have to send off a small force, I think. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, I'm not going to get that one. Looks like we will lose that. Transport wharf. I need... Yeah, I'm just not even going to bother with that. It's just nothing I can do. Nothing I can do about that. That's a little bit shit. It's a bit of a dick move, to be perfectly honest, but I need a transport wharf there. How are we going to do this? I need to get a shipwright. So what I'll do is I'll just remove you, I suppose, and throw in a shipwright in there. That'll be the best I can do. There is nowhere else I can throw down any transport wharves. I could probably even remove one of those, throw another transport wharf there, but we'll see how we go anyway. Okay, I guess there was a plague of frogs. Ugly curse has descended over the land. Multitudes of frogs pollute our streets and dwellings, forcing residents from their homes. Does that mean anything? I'm not sure. Apparently they can't seem to get entertainment. No idea. Oh shit, look at the frogs everywhere. That's so cool. I love that. Either way, we do have ourselves a few little transports that should keep. There we go, get all those loaded in. Please load. Load. Employees needed. Yeah, it looks like all our people are being, as they said, forced out of their homes. Are you going to load? Load. Embark. Oh, you Gotta be kidding me. You hold your position there. Nope, can't do that. You will load them. Load? Not loading. God, I hate this game sometimes. You go up there and you guys try walking up there. Now we'll get you to load, or embark as the case may be, right there. Distant battle. I'm working on it, Pharaoh. I'm working on it. The people are not getting on the boat. So you're loaded. That's good. The Falcon. Okay, they're loaded on board finally. So what we can do is send you two and dispatch you off finally. And the heroes return. They were completely successful. Did I lose anyone? I lost 2 infantry. 4 infantry. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now, I was about to start building it off camera, but I might as well do it on camera now that we're here. I'm going to require a couple of extra people. Let's do a little bit of a wonky block. I don't tend to do them very often, but I want to stay away from that there. 1, 2... Try and put some of the services up this way. And keep everything else down there. So roadblock, throw you in there. And we're going to need ourselves a couple of houses. Looks like Het has been subjugated. So I'm going to bring in a little area here. Let's have a look at Het quickly. They sell gems. They buy pottery. And so they actually are reasonably valuable. I'm not going to sell them the meat, but I can take the gems from them. So what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? Let's set ourselves up a little... actually, I'm not going to do it on camera. You've seen this do it 100 times. But I'm going to set up a little housing block here, and that will get me the population I require to win. Okay, I built this little area up here, and I've also used it as a bit of a culture dump at the same time. So I've managed to... managed to hide that in quite nicely. I've also beautified the area up, thrown a couple of shrines down, and just made it a little bit more organic than my my typical block. I have been gravitating towards a very sort of predictable build the last couple of times, but I thought with this mission here being quite nice and beautiful, we'd experiment just a little bit. Now, I think we should be basically... That's a shithole over here. I think we should be basically done. Population is not quite there. Not quite there. Are there more spaces to move in? Not really. I'm going to need a physician to be thrown down somewhere, in which case I can probably remove one of these bazaars. I had 2 bazaars there just for the fun of it. Thanks for linen. You're probably going to want... Yep, there we go. Send them off. Throw down a physician right there. Once those guys level up a little bit, there we go. Should be able to get our population in very shortly, and we'll be all sorted then. There we go. We have the population required. Excellent. Everything is looking spectacular. And of course, kingdom rating, very, very close. What I can do is just send a small Babylonian tablet, and that will be sufficient to win us the mission. There we go. Let's go onwards to victory.
A job well done. Ramses II is quite pleased with the colossal monument that you created in his honor at Abu Simbel.
Well, there we go. That was a fun little mission. I actually really enjoyed that one. That was spectacular enjoyment. That was an easy, simple builder, going through and building the monuments, much like the earlier missions in Pharaoh. Nothing particularly challenging there, and actually really quite an enjoyable mission. Not particularly challenging, but no doubt it is going to be built up for what I suspect is going to be the final one in the next mission for Ramses II. It's probably going to involve his death, building a tomb of some sort. But anyway, I've been Blxz. This has been Cleopatra, a expansion to Pharaoh. If you do indeed enjoy the content, smash that thumbs up button. And if not, well, I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.